Hey, what's up, Dean? Super Performance. We're at the shop. It's actually Easter Sunday. Um, but we are here, kind of a few hours just to finish up Mike's car. So we got the radiator um, rear mounted now. Dang, I didn't do it while it was on the lift, but the radiator's under there with the 16AN fittings. Transcooler is there. The fittings are above the radiator, so we'd be able to turn the fittings. And then down the frame rails, I don't know if we could see them. You can see on the other side there's an aluminum tube. You can see the bottom of it right there. And then on each end is a 16AN, and it runs all the way along the frame. And I bent them up just so that he doesn't have to buy like a 45 or something like that. Straights are cheaper, much cheaper, when you start getting into the really big fittings. So you can see that one, let's see, is right there. You can kind of see it. It won't focus. Also focus on everything else. You can see the end of it right down there. So we got all that in, both sides. They're very close to the same placement. The tubes are bent identical, but I went ahead and those spacers to use like a F-body pump with truck accessories. I had these 12s laying around, so he's doing an electric water pump like a Craig Davis. So I figured, you know, these blocks with these, they're quite expensive. So I get these two fittings are about $8 together. So you got, you know, $16 in fittings, and I don't know how much these spacers are. I don't remember. Best I remember, they're like 22 bucks or something like that. So for, you know, under $50, you don't have to drill, you don't have to do anything. These just sit right on the ports how they are. It's like perfect spacing. You run a 90, a 90, 90, however you want it. So you got to tie the top two together and then wire them, and that's one line. And then the bottom two get tied together and you wire them together, and that's another line. So with this, he'll be able to bring the top to one side of the car, and the bottom to the other side of the car. And that's pretty much it. So I think it'll be a lot cleaner. We don't have all the fittings and the lines and the pump and all that stuff here, but I think it'll be much better. And then he got these, I don't even know if these were used. I think they may have been used, but he picked them up dirt cheap. They're the forward facing headers. So I got them on turned down. This side, every one of the tubes is like perfect for the spark plugs, the way they angle. And this side, they're all really good. The back one's a little bit tricky, but 90 boots, he was mentioning possibly doing a coil relocation, so he'll be able to do like the universal wire set with 90s on all the plug ends and put the coils to where pretty much wherever he wants. He can mount the coils out here on the frame rail. Not a big deal. He may have to extend the coil pack harnesses. That's fuel injector like these. This one here, you know, you may have to extend that one a little bit, and then the other one for the driver's side you may have to extend. No big deal. So he brought all this tubing and all this stuff. So these are his V-band welds, which I welded. I think, yeah, I don't think I welded on the inside because these kind of poke through, but I'll probably end up going over these. The problem is they're like a flux core, I believe, because it spits and spatters everywhere. So I just went ahead and made the crossovers into the two pipes that he had welded onto the flange. Again, you know, this is how this car works. If every weld looked like this, the car would work. It wouldn't even matter. But on that one, I did go inside the tubes and completely smooth out, like melted down and smoothed out the welds inside the flange. So that one's all good. Mounted the wastegates so that they flow pretty much almost directly off the header. You're going straight into the bottom of the wastegates, both sides. So it gives it, you know, puts them out here. You can pull the front end off these cars super easy. If he ever needs to service them, I put the ports both facing up on both sides so that he can run all of his push lock or whatever he's doing, and there's plenty of room. It bumps, they bump like this plastic here, right here, but this is like his old front end and it's so messed up. Needs to be supported or something, you know. So they sit in there good. He could put dome pressure sensors in there if he wants. He's got plenty of room to do whatever he wants. So pretty much the car is done. He's waiting for the intercooler to come, then we could do the charge piping on it. I just kind of stuck this boot on there. He has 3.5-inch pipe. This is a 3.5-inch outlet. So he has all the 3.5-inch pipe up there with the blow-off valve, the IAT sensor, and there's another push lock. I would presume that is like his charge pressure to the lower ports on the wastegates. That's what I'm guessing. But he's got that big section of 3.5. It's got a few 90s in it, some straight, some 45. So it'd be enough to make the charge pipe. But again, we can't do it without the intercooler on there. I don't want to guess. I hate guessing. But yeah, overall, that's what we did. Like 3 days, 2 days, 2 days. I think it was like 2 full days. I did put some work in on the 66 and got the AC going in the last video. That was Friday. So I got the exhaust hangers for this truck. They're actually in the bed like an idiot. I put the truck up. But today I focused on getting this car done. It's pretty much 100% done for what he wanted us to do, plus some. Like, you know, making this bar with the turbo mount, making those, you know, little extras I like to give people. Makes it easier, you know, makes them happier. If not, tough shit. But yeah, that's a quick summary. Change all the tabs and everything. So we're gonna have to do a reservoir, which, depending on what he has, I may make one out of like that 4-inch tube there. Kind of make one to stand up right here. I have a bunch of these. Is that one of them? No. Where are they? Maybe they're in here. There's a, no, that's not one either. It's gotta be this bag. Wait, come on. Thought I had more than one. You know what? I put one on Jeff's truck. Hold on. So I got a few of these. They're weld-on radiator cap fittings. They came with the radiator caps and the little threaded nipple for the overflow, or whatever you want to call it. So, you know, if he can't find the catch can, he said he had one, but he couldn't find it. I don't remember. If he can't find it, then we'll make him one real quick. Not too big of a deal. So other than that, I mean, we're pretty much done today. Like I said, it's Easter Sunday. I'm gonna head out of here. Oh, the other is the wing. If you look in here, you can see the bracket is, you can't really see. Yeah, the bracket is actually coming off, and that's what gives it this droop on this side. So it needs to be screwed on a little bit better, and then a couple of rivets put back in it, and it'll be a good wing again. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that for them probably Monday morning, and then basically the car is done as far as what we have to do to it. So I'm gonna head out of here. I appreciate you watching. Do me a favor, hit the thumbs up, hit the subscribe, leave me a comment, and happy Easter. Have a good weekend.